Well, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. Just let me get myself seated. Oh, hope that you can see me. I'm sitting in Sue's chair, but there's a reason for that, because I had to move everything out for the engineer. As you know, excuse me, my eye's still watering. As you know, I had no internet last Saturday, which was why there was no live video. And he couldn't come out until Wednesday. He didn't come out till about 5:30. I was beginning to, you know, give up on him, as you do. Anyway, he arrived and he fixed it. Same problem as last time. Just a piece of cable that had gone wrong, and he tried to tell me that that wasn't the official cable that the BT used. I said, well, that's very, very funny. I said, because it was a BT engineer who put it in there. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, hopefully they haven't charged me for it, because they say if it's your fault they charge you. But I mean, I even described the bloke who it was, so yeah. Anyway, here I am in an absolutely rainy, hammering down rainy day in Manchester. It's just stopped actually at the moment, but it was absolutely coming down in stair rods, as we say over here. Thankfully, I mean, I wasn't going shopping anyway. My niece couldn't take me because she's gone down to London to see her sister. It's a good job really, because I didn't hear any of my alarms. I don't know why I didn't hear any alarms. And it was about 11:30 before I woke up. I'd gone to bed quite late, but then I just tossed and turned, as you do, toss and turn, looking at the clock, toss, turn. Couldn't get off to sleep. So finally, when I went to sleep, I probably did have me 8 hours, but at the wrong time of the day. So now I feel, I'm not very bright and cheerful at all. Sorry about the no makeup look, but I've had this horrendous eye infection. I just looked as though I got 2 red bullfrog eyes. And they were all puffed up, and then when they went down, they left me with 2 deflated massive eye bags, which I think are actually fading now. But I've still got a red mark there and a red mark there, and they're still itchy. I didn't go to the GP because, you know, you have to die to get an appointment in there, so I didn't even bother to try. Right, what have I been up to? Not a lot, obviously. It's a bit hard to crochet when your eyes are itchy and they keep watering, you know, so I haven't done an awful lot really. I finished off my, I don't know if you can see it, I hope you can, my, it's sort of, come off. Lady Jane does not want to part with her sweater, which is a shame because I want to put another one on her. This is the one I did. I think I showed it you before, but I've no, brain dead, I can't remember. I had to finish it off with 1 row of a different colour, but I don't think you can see it. And I did my sleeves differently. I didn't put the sort of really open work lace on mine, because I didn't want the big fruity sleeves, you know, when you're such a slender young thing as I am, you know, you don't want to emphasise with big shoulder pads, you know. So that's what I did for me. I'll be wearing that hopefully at Woolfest, so you won't miss me, because I'll have on a purple dress that's sort of a bit goth, bit bohemian, and this cardigan I'll have on. And I will be carrying my bohemian bag that I got from Moonbeams and Mayhem. She has a shop on eBay. She also now has a web page called Moonbeams and Mayhem. And so that's what I'll be carrying. So I'll be all in purple. I may even wear my purple pixie boots. Or my purple shoes, depending which kind of day it is at the time. Right, what I was going to put on, but I don't think I'll bother, is I made one for my niece, but she wanted the frilliest, you know, the pattern on the sleeves, but she didn't want any buttons, so hers is finished. So I don't need to sew buttons on hers, she didn't want them. So I love making this pattern. Got a couple more colours I might make you know, to put on Etsy. What do you think? Do you think? I mean, I did have somebody inquiring could I make it in black but much longer, and I thought, yes I can, but obviously the price would be different because I'd be using another ball of wool, wouldn't I? I washed, you know, the green that dried funnily. Don't know what happened to it, but I washed it, otherwise I was going to have to scrap it because it was two different colours, wasn't it? Anyway, I washed it and it's back to normal again. I don't know what happened to it in between times. It's back to normal. It's the same both sides. So there's no light greens and dark greens on it anymore. This will be taking a photograph when the rain stops. And it will be going on Etsy. So there's that. I've also finally put the buttons on my lady's cardigan, the order. Once again I'll be taking photographs of it with the buttons on and sending it to my lady on Etsy. This is ordered now, this one. So that's that one. And oh, getting a little pile up there. Oh, knocking everything over now. These were all the, if you watch me live, you'll know the plastic boxes there. Thank you very much, whatever's fallen down. They're the plastic boxes that go behind me on the unit, because he had to pull all that unit out. So I had to take everything off the unit. So it's all in here. And I just have not been myself, you know, as far as cleaning whatever goes on. Anyway, what am I doing at the moment? My work in progress is a shawl which may or may not be coming with me to Woolfest, because the purple is the same shade as my dress and my jacket, sort of. It's being made with oh, why can I not reach? With an Armani, not Eskimo, it's Armani cone that I got from Lol's little wool shack, yeah. She doesn't export to the US. It'll be a big show, sorry about that, because I've got another ball to put in it. That's what it looks like when it's so that's what I'll be putting. I'm going to put 3 balls in it, so it's going to be huge, and I'm either going to put fringing on it or 3 tassels. I haven't made my mind up yet. I shall see. Right, what have I been getting? Well, last week, even though I wasn't on the net, I did go shopping with my niece, and I got this Crochet Now magazine, which, to be quite honest, I wish I hadn't bought. You can tell I'm not sponsored, can't you? Might suit other people, but doesn't suit me. It comes with a little package called Pip and Patch, with the wool and I suppose everything in it there. And it also came with a pattern for Little Mr, Little Miss, you know, the Mr Man. Comes with a pattern for that inside it. And the book, the magazine, is very not me, let's just say. Very not me at all. It's got a scarf called Club Tropicana, which might look better if the colours were different. I just don't like the colours. It's got a necklace that you make with plastic rings, I presume, and then you crochet over them. That's the pattern for the Pip and Patch that you get the package for. There's a Slouchy Beanie that's in granny stitch. What else have we got? It's like weaving and surface crochet. It's a table runner. The Aztec shawl. That's an Afghan Havana Nights. Hope you can see these. Hope the light isn't distracting. If it is, you'll have to let me know and I'll do it again. Tropical leaf cushion. Granny shawl, which I'm doing anyway. Without a pattern, because you don't really need a pattern for a granny shawl, do you? It says it's Tunisian here, but you know, it can't be much Tunisian because it looks like circles, doesn't it? Again, it's not something that appeals to me. That's called Trevor Trunks. He's obviously an elephant wearing his trunks. That's a star stitch washcloth or dishcloth or whatever you want to call it. That's actually about the only thing I would make out of here, I think. Pineapple planters. I don't know whether that's, I think that's part of the crochet along, I don't know. I don't normally get this magazine, so I don't really know. But this is part 3, so I presume part 2 is in previous issues. Under the Sea Friends, you've got the little octopuses, and what else have you got? Stripy fish, puffball fish, and a crab. That reminds me, much as I don't like amigurumis, I might make some little vegetables for my great grandchildren because they've got a toy kitchen. Nelly the hippo. At least with vegetables they don't have faces, do they? That's a Parrot hooded blanket. I know I like bright coloured things, but I just would not be wearing that. That's an ammonite rug. And that's a Bonnie Baby poncho. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hope you can see all these because I'm not bringing the camera any closer. You don't need a close-up in my baggy eyes. How to read a pattern. I think I know that by now. Well, that's about it. As I say, it's not my kind of book, this one. It's called Crochet Now and it's issue 29. I can't believe I paid £7 for it. I love throwing money away, don't I? That's the one. Right, I am determined to start losing a bit of weight, so I did get 2 books today. I don't know whether they come to America or not, but they are quite big in England. They call the hairy, the hairy cooks or something, or the hairy bikers. Hairy bikers. They're bikers and they cook. But this one's the Hairy Dieters Make It Easy. And this one's called the Hairy Dieters Fast Food. Can't tell you a lot about them because they only came about half hour ago. But there are a few things in here that I might try. But a lot of them are a bit curryish and a bit spicy-ish, so I'll have to see. I was going to write a list down, you know, because I haven't been shopping. I'm going to have to go to the post office on Monday with my yarny sales. So I'm going to send the invoices out today, and hopefully if everybody pays me, then I can go up to the post office on Monday and get them posted off. Postage to the US is a bit of a guessing game, really. I look at the post office listing on the internet, and it tells me one price, and usually when I go to the post office they must be reading off a different list because they always want to charge me more than what the internet says it should be. I suppose it goes by a lot of things, not just the weight, it probably goes by the size of the parcel, you know, stuff like that. It's just a bit awkward because I never quite know what to charge. I usually finish up at a loss, as I always do, with postage and everything else. Yeah, I mean, I am getting rid of lots of yarn. I've got more upstairs that I'm going to sort out. It's breaking my heart to do this because I'm not gaining anything by it. I'm losing, actually, because I'm selling everything for less than what I paid for it, so it's not going to be a profit for me, is it? I really am hating parting company with it, but I've just got an overwhelming stash that is just too much, too much. And I've got into the habit of when new things arrive like this, I can think of things to make with them. And yet when I look at my stash, all beautiful yarns, all things that I've collected over the years and stuff, a lot of it fails to inspire me anymore. Which is sad, really, because there's some beautiful stuff up there. But I haven't got round the back of everywhere yet, so there could be more. What I'm going to do is, when I know everything's been sold and paid for, I'm going to take the ones that have been sold off the pictures. They're going to go, so that won't confuse anybody. And it probably won't be for maybe another couple of weeks or so when I get the urge to go back in the stash room. I have to wait while Sue or Kelly or somebody comes because I'm not allowed on the ladders. I think I've told you this before. Which makes it awkward if I want to get something from up there, because if I get it with my grabber I pull the whole shelf down, you know. So even if I wanted to make something with something that's up at the top by the ceiling, it's like I have to wait until somebody calls that's tall or they'll fit on a ladder, you know. So that's why I have to get, yeah. I mean, Christina is very helpful, but she's very tiny, so even on a little ladder she wouldn't reach the top. Oh dear. Things that are sent to try me. At least the eye infection's going down. I didn't get to go to the CPAP machine. You know, I have a breathing machine. It keeps me alive during the night, which is why I've got these lovely marks on my face now where the mask goes. They cancelled it right at the last minute, so I'm not getting a new machine yet, or whatever. They'll probably send me another letter, who knows. Still not got the letter for my pain clinic yet, which should have been followed up. Not got that yet. I always go into the land that people forget, you know. Eventually I ring up and they go, oh, we don't seem to have you on the list. If I had £1 for the number of times that's happened to me, I wouldn't need to sell my yarn. Yeah, there is a purpose behind me selling the yarn, by the way. It's not just selling it for money's sake. Well, it is in a way. Because we priced up the paint, you know, the non-slip paint, for when my son comes to paint the decking. And it's such a huge decking that it's going to cost far more than I thought it would, you know. So after the sort of scenario a few years back when I got myself into a lot of debt through the, you know, the credit card, etc. I paid all the credit card off, and I only ever use it now in an emergency. So I really want to have enough money to pay for the paint. And I also would like a bit of a roof structure over just one part of the decking, so that if it's drizzling or whatever, I can still sit outside, or I can still block my garments because they won't be in the full force of the rain, you know. And also it would help my garden furniture, you know, to stay from getting wet through, or snowed on, or whatever happens to be. Yeah, so I put the sofa bit that belongs to the decking, I put it outside the front. Luckily the cushions are still covered up with the, you know, the black refuse bags, so they won't get too wet. I meant to go outside and cover it with the tarpaulin, but like a lot of things that I mean to do, I don't, just don't do them. Yeah. So I've got things in my fridge, so I don't need to desperately go out and buy anything. I've got a freezer full of stuff, so I don't need to desperately go and get anything. It's just things like the bread, isn't it, and things that you run out of. And I don't keep bread usually in my freezer because it always goes a bit weird. Maybe I leave it in too long, I don't know, but it always goes a bit weird. Muffins and that don't go too bad, but the bread always goes a bit weird and crispy. I don't know why. Yeah. I'm not a fan really of, I mean, when I look at these cookery books and that, they're all for 4 people. So even if I half it is still for 2 people, I'd have to make sure that I could freeze the rest of it or put it in the fridge for the following day. So I'm not really good at batch cooking or anything like that. I know Kelly does it all the time. You know, she makes a huge batch of stuff and puts it in, you know, plastic containers and puts it all in her fridge. I'm not that organised. I used to be. I used to be. You know, when I was younger and I was working full time, I used to use my slow cooker a lot and cook things like that in it. Other things I used to make twice as much. Put it in the freezer before anybody else ate it, thinking it was, oh, there's nice supper. No, it's for your tomorrow's tea. Or it seemed to me no matter how big anything I made when we were a family, you know, there was never anything left for the day after because people would go and pick at it. You know, they'd come home hungry. Not for tea, I mean, I'm talking about later in the evening, they'd come home hungry and then they'd start picking. And I'm going, oi, get off it, it's tomorrow's dinner. Oh, thought it was just leftovers. Yes, it's leftovers, but it's destined for tomorrow's dinner. So I don't have to cook again. Oh, right, okay. So then I still go back in and it'd be nibbled at. So instead of being a half, there'd be like a third left over, which only meant there was enough really for 2 people and not 3 of us. Don't know any of you ever have this problem. Do you have to label it and put tin foil over it with hands off? Written all over it, yeah. But I'm a poor one for getting things out of the freezer and defrosting them. You know, I think, oh, I've got fish in the freezer, oh, it's frozen. Oh, I've got this in the freezer, oh, it's frozen. You know, and a lot of the things I've got in there say defrost thoroughly before cooking. And I don't want to risk getting any salmonella or any kind of poisoning. So I just do as I'm told and I eat something else instead. Sometimes it leads to some very weird concoctions. What I've got in the tin cupboard, you know, as opposed to what I have in the freezer. It's very interesting sometimes. But I'll have to study these books thoroughly and make myself a list. I mean, my niece is very good. She's going to Slimmer's World and she makes this huge list of all the fresh things and everything because she's cooking everything from scratch. But the thought of that makes me just fill with horror, you know, because I'm just not a cooker. I'm not a cook anymore. I used to. But now standing for even 2 minutes, you know, in the kitchen, and it just absolutely murders my back. And I know people have said, oh, you can chop it up while you're sitting down. Like, no, you can't get your knees near enough to the worktop to do that. You have to sit sideways and twist, and that's not good for my back. Or I refuse to start chopping onions and things up in the front room, you know. Oh dear, I suppose I could do it outside when I get me my roofing built over my decking. Only over part of it. I still want to be able to sit outside in the fresh air and get some sunshine at the same time. But that's going to cost a lot as well. Everything you want these days costs you so much money, doesn't it? Well, it does when you're on a fixed income. I'm not moaning though. No, don't get me wrong, I'm not moaning and I'm definitely not begging. Things will get done, but in my own time. Yeah, as I say, maybe we value things more when we've got to save up and do without things, you know, to get whatever you want to get. It's like me, you know, selling some of my yarn, because feasibly I cannot crochet up. I'm 72. If you look at the state of my stash room, it's full of gorgeous, gorgeous yarns. If I have another 10 years left in me, even another 20 years left in me, I can't crochet that yarn up because I keep buying new. So I've reached the point, like the cut-off point now, where that's too much. Stop being greedy. Get rid of it. But I'm still like, oh, I don't want to, no, I really like that. No, I could make that with it. No, 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 no. Put it on that pile. You're just not going to use it. Put it on the pile, Jan. And then I still go, but I think it's rather nice and that. And I'm having to be really, oh, what do you call it with myself? Stern with myself. You know, not to, I still want to keep it all, to be quite truthful. So those of you who are buying it, you don't know what it's costing me. It's costing me all, because I'm selling it all for less than I paid for it, so I'm not making any profit. It's just that it's so hard to part with it. So I hope you all know the sacrifices I'm making to sell any of it at all. Oh, I'll never make a businesswoman, will I? I'm not one of these ruthless women who makes a profit out of everything. I'm quite the reverse. Whatever I do in life, I always seem to take a downward step. You know, when I lost the shop and that, I had to take a job, that was a downward step. But before that, I got divorced, and that was a downward step, because obviously losing an income. Still got the same bills, still got the same house, losing an income. So that came down. Then I retired and I came down again. And then the food's going up at this side and my income is not. So I'm preaching to the people who know, aren't I? Because you all know. You're all in a similar situation. So unless there's a few millionaires out there that are lurking, you know. But I doubt it. Most people that I know, most people that I talk to are in exactly the same position as me. So you know what it's like, don't you, to have to think about what you buy and think about what you're doing. But I unfortunately have a yarn compulsion. It's bad. It's almost like a drug addiction. It's almost like a drink addiction. I mean, it's not harming my body, but it is making me ill because I'm buying too much. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I will be on live tonight, provided my internet does not go off again. But I should be on live tonight at 9 o'clock my time. So once again, thank you to everybody who's bought yarn. And just keep your eyes open if you want more, because I will be putting more up. But it will probably be another 2 or 3 weeks before I do that. So, bye for now, and I'll see you all later. Oh! My knees are creaking. Did you hear them cracking then? Bye all.